Good morning. This is Ted from Dementia Talks, and today we're going to talk about the second set of coping mechanisms that I feel are most important that you should learn. So, these coping mechanisms can help you with both your short-term and your long-term memory, and most importantly, they can help you communicate things or share things with your caregiver or loved ones. So let's talk about what they are. They are calendar entries, reminders or to-do lists, and notes. Each of these set of information can be the cause for great problems when you're trying to share that with loved ones or keep track of what's going on. You talk to your doctor's office, or you um, get a new email about something that you need to do, and all of a sudden you find you don't remember to do it. So building these these three things into coping mechanisms, and making them good habits, getting them easily repetitious as they happen without creating undue mental energy, is a critical step, which is why we've nominated these, or why I've nominated these, to be the second most important coping mechanism. I know that this is a tough area to address because it involves technology. And the assumption of learning new technology, when you have a form of dementia or a memory problem, sounds like the worst possible thing someone could advise. But so if you're in that stage and that's too great a challenge, then everything I'm telling you right today can be done with a good old pencil and paper and a small notepad that you carry with you, and then share with your caregiver or loved one. So let's though do talk about how to use these things. They're best used when, or best started as a habit, a good habit, when you're in your early stage of dementia, or Alzheimer's, or if you're having memory challenges. Setting these things up in the beginning will serve you over a long period of time. One of the things that my Christy and I always had problems with when I was in my early stage of dementia and didn't know I had dementia was forgetting about calendar entries, or forgetting to tell her things, or forgetting to remember what I had talked about and not communicating it to her. So I've learned, not 100%, but I've learned that using these tools will become an important ally. So the other thing you have to remember is the technology that I'm talking about solves a lot of problems for a lot of people. And because of that, there has been a lot of work put into these technologies. Work lets it become easier to use, work that allows you to share that information with others, and work in terms of just plain ease ability to share with other technologies. In this case, like smartphones or smart speakers. So you're not just locked into using your phone to retrieve information. Set up correctly, you can use your smart speakers in combination with your smartphone, and it's amazing what you can do with it. The next part, as we introduce the technology, is to talk about the ability to share calendar entries. Now, I know what I'm going to tell you is going to be predominantly focused on iPhones. I used to use an Android. I used to be pretty good at using Android, but my family uses iPhones, and so consequently, my knowledge set now is around iPhones. But all of this can be done with Google Calendar and Google Keep. So there are equivalent technologies you can use on an Android. You just have to become familiar with it. And I'm going to try to create links in wanderinglight.com so that you can get to the how-tos on YouTube to do this, because I really can't help you because I'm not as familiar with it as I used to be. But I do know the technology and the capability is fully there. So let's just talk about a few examples that involve something more than just typing in an entry. And the reason why I've said this technology is ready for use as a memory tool, and that's voice technology. So with Siri, you can say, "Hey Siri," and then tell her what you want to do, for everything from making a call to creating a calendar entry to recording a note or sending a text. All of that can be done simply by voice. So that is one of the things that can significantly enhance your ability to capture information quickly. Soon after you hear about a doctor's appointment, you can write it down on a piece of paper. As soon as you hang up, you can say, "Hey Siri, make a calendar entry for me on August 12th for Dr. whatever." And Siri will do that for you. And I know Androids can do that as well. The next thing is that we want to talk about the ability to use Siri in some different ways. You can connect your iPhone, and I'm sure same thing with Google Androids, to Google Talk, to your smart speakers. So you can tell your smart speakers, "Hey, make a calendar entry," and they will make a calendar entry in your either Google or iPhone calendar, and it'll be there just as easily if you said, "Hey Siri." So whether you use Alexa or you use Google Nest,
I don't know that one.
there it goes. If you say Alexa's name, she's gonna come back, right? So anyway, and then finally, there are new other alternatives that are emerging. The whole purpose of this, though, is one thing, and that is to quickly capture short-term memories as they happen, store them as information so that they're automatically shared long-term and shared with your loved ones or caregivers. The real thing you're doing by that, other than solving conflicts and missing appointments and that kind of stuff, but the real thing you're doing is taking the pressure off your short-term memory and stopping the process that causes you to have to take that short-term memory and cache it into long-term memory as you sleep at night. So with that relieved, then your brain can work on other things which are more important, that can't be done with technology or can't be done with other coping mechanisms. So let's just close this session with reminding you that there is a little homework to get these set up. It takes a little time to get used to them, but with practice, they can become great, good habits. I hope this helps. I hope that you are challenged to go out and start using these tools. Like I said, if you have questions, please put them up on YouTube or on wanderinglight.com. Again, wanderinglite.com. There will be an article that is longer than this that has links to other YouTube sessions to help you do these things. And last but not least, you can leave comments there, and you can also leave comments on the associated podcast. So again, this is Ted from Dementia Talks. Thanking you for joining me, thanking you for following my YouTube channel, and more importantly, wishing you a very, very positive day. Take care. Bye.